Yeah, hi everyone, welcome to Emsley Lodge for another week. That's Geelong Cup Day done and dusted. Geez, they absolutely couldn't have got a better day, could they? 23 degrees, not a drop of wind, absolutely perfect. Big crowd, and the racing was fantastic. Well done to Jimmy Dalton, the team. The track raced as good as you'd ever get any track anywhere, so well done there, and I hope everyone had a good day. Thoroughbred Club of Geelong had their function, and I think they had about 60 odd people there and had a really good day, so all's good. As far as us, we had a couple of horses. Probably the pattern of the racing didn't really suit us for the day. Lauren Zeddy, he was okay, just looked like a horse that probably needs a bit further. And Diamond Luke at massive price. He was first emergency and actually got a run. And geez, if he has any sort of luck in running sort of mid-race, he probably is all over that race. So he's only got beat a couple of lengths at 100 to 1. So he's certainly a horse to follow for the stable. Yeah, runners this week. As far as runners go, I'm going to accept with a couple of horses, but they're miles down in the ballot, so you probably really want to just have a look in the papers as to what runners we're going to have. But I've got a couple up the bush on the weekend, but they're miles down the ballot, and they're very, very unlikely to get a run. We've had about 4 meetings washed out in the last couple of weeks, and unfortunately, there's just a massive bank up of horses. I actually had Miletus in a benchmark 64 on Geelong Cup Day, and he didn't even look like getting a run. You had to be a 65 or above to get a run in a 64, so you can probably see the bank up of horses at the moment. So you know, I've got horses like the Khan and Come Along Jeffrey and a couple of other horses that are just miles down in the ballot order, so they're highly unlikely to get a run. Having said that, we're still busy here this week. We brought a team of horses into the track here this morning and brought 8 horses in. 6 of them were unraced 3-year-olds, and they all had a nice little jump out along the back straight. Zac Spain and Maddie and Robin rode them all, and a couple of them certainly look like they're really, really promising young horses. They'll probably race in the next 2 to 3 weeks. I'll probably need to cover a couple of them one more trial, and once they do that, I'll be ready to rock and roll. But I think we're probably going to have a pretty good December, sorry, November. I've jumped the gun there. Pretty good November. There's plenty of horses there I think worthwhile following.
G'day guys, welcome to Around the Stables. We come into the track at Geelong to give a few of the babies sort of their first sort of jump out, serious jump out here. They galloped up the back straight here at Geelong, and yeah, we got Zac Spain, who does a lot of riding for us, and we've had a lot of success with over the time. Got a pretty good strike rate with Zac, and yeah, Zac come down to a couple of our sort of unraced horses. Was there anything there you liked, Zac?
Yeah, I like Bellamere. She's given me a nice feel the last couple of times. I thought that there was a good improvement from her terrain jump out into her Geelong little gallop this morning. So she's come along really nice. I've got a lot of time for her. She's a lovely filly who's going to get over, you know, once she gets that 1400, she's going to be improving throughout the prep, but she's one that I've really got time for. That's good.
And what about Spring Carnival, sort of Cox Plate week this week? Is there anything there that the viewers can follow?
Yeah, I got some nice ones on Friday night. One for Lloydie Kennelwell in the 955. He'll run really well. His name's Direct. He won first up at Mornington, and his form last prep in the spring was really good. He just got beat by Profiteer up the straight, which is good form going into a benchmark 78. So really looking forward to him, and got a nice little filly called Climbing Star on Saturday. She runs Cox Plate Day in a nice little mile Group 2 there for Phillip Stokes. I think she'll be really competitive.
Well, my strike rate on the video is not that flash. Hopefully Zac can follow you in with the winner. Thanks for watching.
Okay, we've given Pete a go, we've given Tom a go, we've given Ryan a go. I cannot believe how much ordinary punters we have here in Geelong. There's only one thing we can do. We have to go to the self-proclaimed greatest punter of all time. No one else thinks he is, but he certainly thinks it is. Come on, Selzy, what do you got for us?
G'day punters. Here we are at the Geelong Cup 2022 after a couple of years hiatus. It's great to be back. Big crowd, beautiful day. For some reason Rob's asked me to come back and be the guest punter. Desperate times call for desperate measures. But here we are, as I said, and I'm looking at the Cox Plate. Tough race. I think Animo obviously deserved favourite, but my money's going to be on Zaki for Annabelle Neesham and Jamie Carr to create history. I think Alligator Blood will run a huge race, but it's Zaki for me. And in the Crystal Mile, bit of value bet for Call Sign Mav, number 1 Barrier 1. I think he's hooked on the till again, and I think he'll put in a superb performance and take out the Crystal Mile. So thanks for having me. As I said, Rob got a little bit desperate, but I'm back again after a bit of a hiatus myself, and happy parting, guys, and all the best.
That's it for another week at Emsley Lodge. Thanks for watching. Cox Plate Day this weekend. This is probably as good a Cox Plate as it has been for quite a while. It's interesting how much interest there is in the Cox Plate this year because most of the horses, everybody knows, and they've all been racing against each other. There hasn't been hardly anything between any of them. You know, I think Mr. Brightside or something run 6th the other day, beating a length and a half or something like that. So, you know, horses like that, it's going to be really, really competitive compared to when they just have all the internationals come over, which is sort of what the Melbourne Cup is a little bit. It's really interesting. The Cox Plate this year, I haven't seen sort of press about this for quite a long time with all the good horses sort of going around. So really keen to sort of see what happens there. Until next week, see you later.
Here we are at the festivities of the Geelong Cup for 2022. It's been a couple of years hiatus, but we're back again, and I'll start again. Was that all right to start? Jump again. Hang on. What the f... Well, that was all right, wasn't it?